Yeah, we're live.
I told
Chris,
you I knew what this show about to be.
Yeah, it's a V. Make sure you bring the mic. Yeah, there we go.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
No, it was
wow.
not. I said just bring the mic.
That's crazy.
And then Chris Connor in
He
studio
listened,
with Lito, Ross, Chaz is virtual. Saints got their ass kicked today. We're going to talk about the Pelicans. We're going to talk about a little bit of the preseason game. Herb Jones maybe will be playing center. Maybe he's not. That's going to be interesting. Why Brandon Ingram isn't playing right now. We're going to talk about that. We got lots to talk about. Let's do it.
First took away. Yes, but this gets your money's worth out.
Here we go. Presented by the Scott Vicknair Injury Law Firm. You've been injured in any kind of accident, car, truck, 18-wheeler, hurt offshore. Scott Vicknair handles it all. Give him a call at 504-500-1111 for free consultation. Yes, free consultation. They always fight for the win. And powered by 4D.
Pow!
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Wait, do it again. One more time.
One more time?
Yeah.
It's sponsored by
Oh, okay.
Theo's Pizza.
Shout out Theo.
Shout out Theo.
That's how I feel.
Good
man.
people at Theo's.
Yeah.
Got the meat lovers tonight, right?
That's
That's
crazy. That is it. That's how you started the show? That
Like,
yeah, I mean,
there was no reason.
That was my bad. I'm trying not to use the
did you
mic.
have
Can I play this clip for you, Chris?
Yep.
6 on the shot clock, and an errant pass turns into a steal for Herb Jones. Mentioned he was first team all defense last year. The lob for Zion on a right-handed flush. That's a
Is Zion Williamson in shape right now? Is he in midseason form right now, Chris?
he's at least in midseason form. Like I watched him take a pull-up midi. I watched him take a three. Like he's ready to play basketball, like regular season basketball today. There's no like warming up. There's no like I need 20 games. He may not be what he was to end the season last year, but this is probably, and I think Chaz said this is probably the most ready that I've seen him to start a year, both physically and from a basketball perspective since maybe he first got to New Orleans.
Yeah, and like the main thing about this clip here, Chris, and I'm gonna play here in a second. And I want to hear all y'all's thoughts on this. Watch how he runs the floor here. Look at where he starts and look at where he ends up.
6 on the shot clock, and an errant pass turns into a steal for Herb Jones. Mentioned he was first team all defense last year. The lob for Zion on a right-handed flush.
Ross, Lito, Chaz, thoughts on that? We'll go with Ross first.
Yeah. I mean, again,
But you don't see him do that in a preseason game.
Ross, Lito, Chaz,
you don't.
Ross, Lito, Chaz, Ross, we go with you first.
That was a good pass by Justin. It's hard. It's difficult for me.
There you go.
Good job.
There you go. That's my dog over there.
Yeah, he showed up in shape, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy that he's in shape to play. I'm glad that he ran the floor. It was an exciting play. I just don't. I don't like for me. These are basic basketball expectations. I'm happy that he's healthy, and I think these are things that we've seen him like willing to do whenever he's in shape and healthy. So yes, from that perspective, good to see.
Yeah, Lito. I mean, we didn't really watch much of the game today, obviously, with the Saints going on a lot of other things on a Sunday. But he also attempted, he attempted a midi, which he hit, and then a 3-point attempt in which he airballed, which I'm totally fine with. I'm not trying to like knock the guy, but he's got to attempt those every single night. He has to. He doesn't.
He doesn't have to.
Okay, I'm interested to hear this dialogue. I completely disagree with you, but go ahead.
I mean, hold on. I want to hit. I kind of want.
Well, I'm interested to hear
He doesn't have to because he can't shoot them, and they're not. They don't look good. The results.
You don't think they look good?
No, I don't think they look good. I don't think the results are good.
I like that.
He does have to attempt the mid ranges, and he does have to attempt the jump stops and the where he stops short, doesn't try to get all the way to the rim. He has to attempt all those. I don't care if he never takes a single 3-pointer for the entire rest of his career.
That's interesting because you said a couple of years ago that you wanted him shooting threes.
No, I don't want him shooting any threes. I don't want to. Maybe I said that 2 or 3 years ago before I saw how bad his 3-point shot looked and how willing they are going to be to give him as many 3-point shots as he wants. But when you are that good going downhill and you are that physically imposing and you are that creative of a finisher, with that soft of a touch, and they are going to, at this point, they are going to let you get all the way past the elbow. I would much rather see him just take the 2 dribbles in and just shoot it from the elbow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to see you shoot that shot that you play the Pat Ewing. Like, he doesn't need to shoot that shot.
On that shot?
He doesn't work. I don't need.
Okay. Lead up.
All right. What was the question?
It was more of like, okay, so it wasn't even necessarily a question, but more of like Zion Williamson attempted a midi today, attempted a 3-pointer, in which Ross said he doesn't want to attempt any threes. I did kind of disagree with that, but
I kind of understand Ross's sentiment there. I do think the midi is probably more important. I get, like, if you shoot 1 3 a game, whatever, keep him honest. Like, I ain't really.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I ain't really, tripping off that. Like, I'm not expecting him to shoot 6. I'm not expecting him to probably. If he shot more than 2 a game, like, I'd be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? But
that feels like a lot.
To be, huh?
So that feels like a lot.
Yeah.
When you consider Herb took like 3 last game, like if he's taking 2 threes a game, that's too many.
But I want to say this: the most important. Shout out to Zion for giving 100% on that play. The most impressive part of that play, I ain't gonna lie to you, was the pass. Because CJ a terrible live pass.
It's one of the worst on the team.
He bad.
Yeah.
That was a good pass. It was a bad pass, but it was good because bad passes make the best. And shout out to Zion for dunking it with his right hand.
Yeah. Also another good point there. Chaz, important that Zion shoots a midi versus a 3-pointer. Do you care?
I think Zion looked like shit. Honestly, I think he looked like shit by a very good player standards. Because firstly, he looks kind of fat to me. I'm gonna be honest. I saw a camera angle that was going when he entered the tunnel at halftime for us the last game. Had a gut. Anthony Edwards tonight, 31 points, 11 from 19 from the field, 8 from 13 from beyond the 3-point arc, 26 minutes. Zach LaVine, we'll talk about him later. 28 points, 9 for 12 from the field, 6 for 6 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. I'm tired of dealing with Zion from a bare minimum standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired of it. It's like it's no real growth here to this game. Like, I know what you're capable of. I'm tired of like, well, wait till we get in this. Like, nah, bro, just show up to work now. Why don't you do your job now? You know what I'm saying? Let's show up to work today. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's treat these games like full-on scrimmages. Like, let's actually do what we're going to be doing on the floor, because you don't have the grace. And be honest, you don't have the talent. As good as I think Zion is nowhere near as good as Anthony Edwards. It's nowhere near as good as Jason Tatum at Tatum's best. He's nowhere near as good as Jaylen Brown. So you don't even have the talent to allow you to coast during the preseason and to just hope everything works out. You look fucking husky. You got outmanned. They on the court. You got out physicaled out there. You was crying to the refs. So you still ain't really showing no dog out there. You know what I'm saying? And all of them. And I'm gonna keep it real. This is I don't got no proof of this. I ain't got no evidence of this. This is all alleged, and this is all from my mind. I'm tired of all the drinking and the drugging in this organization. I'm tired of it. Every time you motherfuckers go somewhere, you be grown ass men, you act like you ain't never had no pussy before. You go somewhere, you come back, you look all disheveled, you look all inebriated, you look stupid. You go out there, you look fucking stupid. Everybody looked like they was up till 4 a.m. and forgot they had a game today. You look stupid. You look stupid today. You got out physical. And the only reason this wasn't a fucking 90-point routing is because they put the people nobody care about in the game. and that's what happened. So fuck all that. Let's come on, man. Come on, let's stop this. Like enough.
So even
Zion is not 270 also. Zion is probably 310.
So you're not impressed with Zion from today?
Total understatement. I give him no credit for shooting the fucking midi. I give him no credit for shooting the 3. Because I know you can do all this. Wow, he showed up to work today. Like, I don't know. Nah.
It's an honesty pod. I like this. We just gonna be honest with
pod.
You. Podding today. I told Chris my feet up because I'm podding.
Oh, okay.
That's what that means.
Yeah, I'm podding.
That's what that means. Okay.
That okay.
Yeah,
That's fair.
All right.
Shout out to Brendan. Thank you, Brendan.
That's crazy.
You don't be
Yeah.
podding.
Appreciate you, Brendan.
I mean,
Yeah.
A guy that did show up again today. If we are going to talk about showing up, Jordan Hawkins again. 17 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from deep, 11 points, 3 rebounds. He had 3 turnovers. Chris, do you think he's making a case for early minutes here to start the year?
yeah. I mean,
Like, does he just have to play it at this point? Like,
it's crazy that we even have to have a conversation about, like, when you look at the bench, that we're even asking if he's making a case for early minutes.
Yeah.
They don't, it's not like they have like a large, especially with Trey out, right? Like, they don't have a large assortment of options off the bench. And from a shooting perspective, it's even worse. Like, so, but I think for Hawk, it's just encouraging that he at least is playing as if that's the case.
Yeah.
He's playing with a sense of urgency. Like, I don't have time to waste. I don't have shots to miss. I don't have, minutes to lose or to look inferior out there. And, it may not all look perfect, but at least with him, I can see the work ethic in every dribble, in every play, in every possession. I can see the amount of time that he's put in over the summer. I can see that he has been working on his craft, and I can see the, intensity and the give a fuck. He's ready to play. If the regular season started tomorrow, you could tell me how many, Chaz just talked about Zion. You wouldn't have to question Hawkins in regards to if he's ready mentally and physically to start. He's ready to go. He don't know about everybody else. But Hawk ready to go and hoop tomorrow in any capacity, whether he's starting, coming off the bench, playing 5 minutes, wherever in fucking G League in Portugal where Trey Jemison gonna be, and like, he's ready.
Yo, we gotta talk about Carlo. Like people thought Carlo was starting, like was gonna be our starting center. He's logging DNPs and
That's crazy.
preseason games.
It's crazy. That was so unnecessary.
What?
Center man's playing in Portugal for no reason.
Fair enough.
How unnecessary?
The mayor of Birmingham,
Oh,
he going home.
okay.
He's
Excuse me
going
for calling out an elected official.
He's
It wouldn't be the
going-
first time this happened on this podcast. I'm sorry.
That man is going. He's going home. We gonna say,
Like he got a passport.
Ross, I didn't catch much of the game, but once again, Jordan Hawkins, I feel like, is a guy that is shown up, has produced minutes. If he doesn't get run early on, then what are we doing? What are we doing here? It's time.
Yeah, he's gonna. He'll get run. I mean, I think
You're positive on that?
Yeah. Yes.
For real.
I'm positive on it. When
I'm not trying to
Trey,
be a dick.
no, I mean with a full allotment of players, if Trey was still healthy, I don't know. But I think the way he's looked through the first couple preseason games, the fact that Trey's out, the fact that I don't even know where Brandon Ingram is. Yeah, he's
I
absolutely.
don't know where he is.
He's absolutely going to play.
That'll be a talking point for
Yeah.
sure. Jose Lito,
Yeah.
he's hooping. He's playing good.
I mean, he's been playing basketball.
4-6 in the field,
Yeah.
1-3 from deep, 9 points. He looked good.
He's been playing basketball the whole summer. It's a guy you don't have to, the opposite end of the spectrum with Zion in a sense of, like, you don't really have to worry about Jose. What mentally and physically what shape he's gonna be in coming into the season. Also different circumstances. A guy who has had to work hard his whole life, and nothing has been given to him.
Okay.
So you got to go back home, dog.
I know, these two next to each other.
Worked his whole life. Nothing's been given to him. This is a rags to
Coach's
riches
kid.
story. What are we doing here?
Coach's kid. Yeah.
You don't know that.
Yeah, like
The rap album made about. What are we doing here?
I'm saying he asked me about Jose's, like, how he played. I'm like, yo, contrary to what, how Chaz was talking about Zion, like, I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jose does what Jose does. I think I want to answer the Hawk question, though. You asked about minutes, like, how he gonna get early minutes from Willie and shit like that?
Oh, yeah, you went. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Nah. That ain't what that mean.
What you
Like,
mean?
nobody can 100% guarantee that. You can't confirm that.
Ross said he's positive.
Yeah, positive.
I would need Willie Green to stand
Tony
on the,
Snell. Should we go to the list again? Tony Snell.
I would need him to
Kyra
stand
Lewis.
I would need him to stand on the stack of Bibles and say, Hawkins has my blessing to get minutes early in the season. Like I
mean, I think we might be saying a couple separate things. We got to remember. I mean, it wasn't like he played last year, and so it wasn't like he caught a whole season of DMPs.
I hate that he said he played. Like
you talking first guy off the bench?
He played because he had to play.
Like what you saying?
Well, what's the? I mean, what? I don't explain to me the difference.
Yeah, sure.
Explain to me the difference between playing and
when we were fully healthy, he was not playing. When
I don't
literally
think when
Brandon,
I'm not sure when we were fully healthy, he deserved to play.
Damn.
Ooh.
Like he wasn't good. He shot 30% from the field last year. He wasn't good.
Okay, so
he showed at points in the year, he showed things that were positive long term, but it wasn't like he was setting the world on fire. We can't just like he was okay. He was a rookie last year. And should he have played a little more at times? Maybe. But like I don't think Jordan Hawkins set the world on fire last year in a way that was like, oh no. Hey, first or second off the bench. He just didn't play that good.
That's not my problem, but you're just benching a rookie because he's not playing good. Like you gotta let him fight through some things. Like that was my biggest issue with the whole situation.
I hear you.
That's fine. I mean, like, there's not really much here to talk about with the Heat game. Like, we can get off this. Like, I don't. Like, do you have anything else to add to this? Like, it was a shitty preseason.
Quite a bit to talk about, honestly.
Huh?
I think there's quite a bit to talk about, honestly.
Go ahead, like whatever, what you want to talk about?
I think Yves Missi. I think he's one of the worst players I've ever seen. I think, and I'm not.
You have 4 blocks.
As the full blocks on
man, that dude, they got Yves Missi's everywhere. Like I don't know where he came from, but they had about 10 motherfuckers who wasn't on the basketball team who can play just as well or better than him. Like Jackson Hayes for as much as Jackson Hayes' game never advanced. If Yves Missi looked as good as Jackson Hayes, I would say maybe we got something we can work with here. This dude looks terrible.
What when you say looks terrible, Chaz? Go ahead. What do you look terrible?
Yes, I've seen this man give up drive after drive after drive after drive, and he wasn't able to recover and do any like chase down blocks or anything. He just looks weird. Like he has no basketball sense. He has no defensive sense.
I mean, no shit. He's only played basketball for 4 years.
And here's the crazy part. And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. He got an old face. That's all I'm gonna say. He got an old face.
How old do you think he is, Chaz?
Roy
Lee. I don't want to speculate.
How old he is?
I don't want to speculate, but that motherfucker got an old face. And I don't care. I don't care if he started playing basketball yesterday, bro. Like because at the end of the day, dog, it's like there's no way you gonna be that bad. You know what I'm saying? There's no way you gonna be that bad. Because you know how they say like some boxers are pound for pound great fighters.
Yeah.
If Yves Missi was 6'6", he would not be in the NBA. Like if he was any height shorter,
6'9", he wouldn't be.
Yeah, if he was 6'9", he wouldn't be in the NBA. Like that's how bad he is. He looks like he knows absolutely.
He has no feel. Chaz has no feel for the game. So like when he does one good thing, he does 3 bad things, right? Like I said this when we were at the game, Ross. I said, I said this to Ross and Jared. I said the way he runs is weird. Like the way he just runs up and down the floor is just weird to me.
I got nothing.
Even his jersey looks stupid. Like everything about him just looks stupid to me. Like his jersey number's stupid. The jersey looks stupid on him. I don't know if it's the uniform or what. Everything about him just looks. It's uninspiring. It's very uninspiring. Like he don't look like
in G League.
He doesn't look like a G League player.
I don't think it matters.
He doesn't look like a G League player.
So do what?
We said this before, Justin. We said this before. Like I don't know. I was gonna say we tiptoed around it. We didn't really even tiptoe around it. Like
he can't stand on his 2 feet.
I don't think he's like in 2 years. Like he just needs to like develop some. No. I don't think he's a player at all ever.
he had everything.
Look, and I tried. I genuinely thought.
So how can you make this presumption 2 preseason games in?
because I've seen enough
How
basketball.
many more
to know.
preseason games
Yeah,
you need?
like, it wasn't like you average. You know, it wasn't.
Look, I'm trying to drive the show, bro.
It wasn't like you averaged
Bro.
16 and 10 in college or something. You know,
No, that's the worst part. I know. Trust me.
Yeah,
Oh,
that,
trust
like-
me. I know his college chats. We were
Yeah.
literally doing film breakdowns.
and
I
it was
told
just
Lito,
nothing.
I'm not going to waste the night
Nah.
Yeah, you
of
was
my
you was
night.
mad as
I'm not
hell.
going to waste. I'm not going to waste the night doing film breakdowns. So Chris did it.
Yeah,
It's
nah,
like- Chris and Lito did it.
I don't. I
Just
just
do it.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, look, it's fair to say, oh, you know, you need this, that. Like, all right, yeah, maybe in like 8 years or something, he
8
pops up
years.
somewhere, but he's not. This
Okay.
guy in the Zion Williamson / Pelicans era, whatever the hell that's going to ultimately look like, this dude ain't gonna be a factor.
All right, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. It's Mon Dog. Appreciate your comments. Always appreciate you pulling up. Why do we keep drafting fucking projects? We are not in a project stage right now. We're not. We are in a win now mode stage. Okay. We keep drafting projects and they keep failing.
It's not even projects in New Orleans.
Jackson Hayes was a project. He never blossomed. He failed.
Like, what?
What are you saying?
Like,
Nah.
you just lie?
I just like I can't get over the facts of like projects. I hate that.
Lie
Like
like that.
I just
And
hate
the
like,
shout-
My bad.
like who's the dude? Y'all gotta stop. Who's the dude? Oh my god, what Nicole Melly?
Melly?
What was his name?
Yeah, Niccolo Melli.
No.
the missing piece from
Awful.
Yeah, the stretch
From
five.
Europe.
we supposed
Carlos logging DMPs in
I was-
preseason games.
I found myself earlier trying to find like European neighborhoods in Birmingham, some places that he'd feel comfortable.
to- European
Yo,
neighborhoods in
yeah,
Birmingham
Ross
is crazy.
Because I thought maybe
You're
like,
right.
he needs to find himself a nice community in Birmingham,
Your Ross
a
got to
place
leave.
with some European European
Hey, don't be mean.
bakeries.
Don't be mean. Do not be mean.
Some
Remember what you
European
said, right?
bakeries, you know, just some places that he'll feel real comfortable because he's going to be there a long time.
No, let me-
He needs to get permanent residence in Birmingham.
We had
Hey,
49
yo,
wins. Mimicking. What are you talking about? Hang the banner. We had 49 wins last year. We've gotten
Yo,
better
you
every
know-
single year.
You know, shout out to Theo's. You know, me and Justin, we're Italian. You know, so when we talk about the old country, and we talk about the sauce, and, you know, a
Yeah.
nice marinara. Shout out to Theo's when they lunch specials. You know, it's all about the sauce. You know, you get the onion, you get a razor blade, you cut the onion so small, it just disintegrates in the sauce. You can barely taste it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And the
Hey, you want to talk in the pasta? Forget about it. So when you look at Yves Missi, this motherfucker is noodles with ketchup, right? He's not even like this great athlete neither. He's just tall and lanky. He's not like a real fluid runner. He doesn't look like he could have played any sport. He looks like a mistake. He looks like a mistake, and he also looks like a grown man. Like he don't look like I'm not trying to be funny. He don't look like a young man who don't really know how to play just yet. Like he got flailing arms and like he just trying to figure it out. He don't look like that. He looked like a grown basketball player who isn't good. Get him out of here. Like just
Yo,
he looks bad.
there were like 3 plays tonight when Missy switched on Terry Rozier, and like Terry just did the same thing 3 plays in a row. Like set him up, Hezzy got to a strong hand, layup, just went past him, and at some point, like I don't know, man. Like I look, I ain't trying to shit on him. I don't think that I'm with Ross. In like 8 years, we probably gonna talk about him being a serviceable basketball player
At best.
at
I mean,
best. But
he's
it
been
ain't go
playing
be
basketball
for.
for 4
That's a nice
years,
story, and
bro.
I appreciate every time I hear somebody like tell me like that. That's great. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
That's like that helps me none in this situation. Like that, like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, figure it out. What you gonna do?
We're just figure it out. I
He's
think
a hard
Ross
worker.
uses this podcast just to vent out hate.
Ain't nothing wrong with that's what we all do.
How you feel about that?
Give me something to be excited about. I mean, we're like what? Maybe. I don't know.
X,
Maybe Lane's right.
X,
I don't
but
know.
does he
Maybe
have-
he's right.
But does he have arms though? What the arms do, Lito?
Hey, they yeah.
He's got arms.
Yeah.
Justin, what
He's got arms.
but what the arms do though?
Go all the way down the floor. Is that what you mean?
Well, okay.
That's
Close.
the way to put
Where are
it.
we at?
Well, it's what Chaz call him. What's his name?
I'm
you can't say
not. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm sorry, you can't say it. Token. What you say?
You call him- you call him
Yeah.
Assistant regional, assistant to the regional
Yeah, you
manager.
call him-
That's what
you
we'll
can
do.
call him
Yeah,
assistant
what do you
I don't
say?
know. Like, I don't know. That was my answer. What do you say?
The crazy thing is they even alluded to it all being mental. They was like, yeah, once we get him in here, you're gonna see the type of worker dude, look, I don't give a fuck how hard someone works at something they aren't good at. At best, you can become serviceable. There's a different and words get misused all the time. I saw someone tweet today. I'm not gonna say who this person is, gotta respect them, but they were like, yeah, a lot of raw talent that like, no, it isn't. No, it isn't. There's like talent is some shit that you can hone and craft and mold. He's a gifted athlete. He's gifted because he's tall and he can move. He ain't like Manute Bol or no shit like that. He can move, but there's no talent there. This man can't do nothing. I watched this man college film. I watched him in the NBA. He don't do nothing exceptionally decent.
Bro, the college film, Chaz. The college film was
Brother, I lived through it. Like,
It's bad,
it
dog.
was bad. It was bad.
Whoa,
It
what's up,
wasn't good. It wasn't good. Look, I don't know.
There's a reason.
No, I know.
This is one of those like
Smash like
ignoring the obvious like disaster that draft pick was. There's a reason that your general manager or whatever is David Griffin's title is got in front of a microphone during media day and said, I'm going to give you what I think he said because I don't remember the exact thing. We don't know what we're doing at center. We're going to figure it out. There's a reason he said that.
He said, we'll figure it out. That's what he said.
We'll figure it out because they got work to do. And it ain't Yves Missi and it ain't Birmingham's finest and it ain't Carlo.
Javonte Green out rebounded the entire center position group today by
damn.
2.
That's insane. Are you serious?
Green,
Man.
by the way, you know what? I want to talk about Javonte Green, Chaz. Because so are you, Chris. Because look, we're all big Najee guys here on this podcast. Like, shout out to Najee getting paid. We'll always be fans of him. I think Javonte can fill that role pretty seamlessly. I like what he brings to the table. He's kind of like got like a junkyard dog like mentality. He does all the dirty work. He can shoot. He can play different positions. He can somewhat guard. He rebounds. He's active. He's got energy. Like I like with Javonte. I like what I see with him. Do I want him to play 25 minutes tonight? No.
Boy,
no.
Look here.
No. And that's what. But no, that's the discussion we need. What?
You don't like it.
No,
but
you see,
better,
this
you better learn to like
this,
it.
and this is why me and Lito question your positivity on the Jordan Hawkins thing. No, we good. It's just like that. But like Javonte Green is going to be a plus for this team.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he shouldn't be.
They're gonna run him to the ground like many of different former and present utility guys that do certain things well. They run him into the ground, and Javonte is just next in line. I hope he's watched previous years of Pelicans. I hope he's watched some Larry Nance film, some Najee Marshall film, and just be prepared for what's about to happen. Like, look, man, if he was ever concerned about getting minutes, not with Willie Green as your coach, you are going to listen. He's going to have to be given excuses not to play because Willie's going to throw him out there for as many minutes as as possible on the floor and hope he makes magic out of shit sometimes. And it's I'm happy that he had a good game today. I mean, I didn't really get a chance to watch the game, but it looks like what everything is saying, everyone is saying in the box score, he had a solid game because I watched all the game when he was god awful. He was terrible.
Game 1.
Yeah, game 1.
He was bad. And I'm glad you brought that point up, Chris, because also I think we have to take into account, I'll say the same about Dejounte Murray. New team, new system, new building, new routine. Like, it's hard to get acclimated, right? I think getting a couple practices under his belt, he's getting used to playing with different guys. Like, he looked a lot better today. Dejounte Murray looked a lot better today. Dejounte, and this is another thing, there's no way in hell Dejounte and Brandon are going to be able to play together.
Welcome.
There's no way.
Welcome.
Because here's the Dejounte is a mid-range, like he can he gets to his spots and it's smooth and he hits his shots, and Brandon does the same thing. I don't know how they're going to be able to share the floor together.
Well, I
That
mean,
was
look, what you're missing is that
Hold on. You
Brandon
did it,
Ingram, Brandon
motherfucker.
Ingram dominated training camp. What do you mean they're not gonna be to play together?
Yeah.
They've been
Let's talk
playing
about that.
together all training camp. He dominated it.
Let's talk about
He didn't just play well. He dominated it. What do you mean?
with incredible spirit.
Yes.
So Ross, since Brandon's been dominating training camp, multiple words from head coaches to staffer, like whatever, dominating, and he's promoted nonstop, which is insane to me. Why is he not playing the preseason? And why is no one talking about this?
Because they're lying.
LeBron James is playing.
Because they're liars.
Who?
The people that are telling you he's dominating and everybody else, they're lying to you.
So then why is he not playing?
Because they're liars.
I'll be talking about this.
Because they don't tell the truth.
Can you elaborate a little more?
Because all they have done in the time that this gentleman has been here is lie. They do not tell the truth to people publicly. There's no other way to say it. They don't tell the truth to people publicly. So whatever they're saying it should mean nothing to you. It should mean absolutely. It's no different than the dude playing the craxophone downstairs telling you something. It's just words. Nothing.
Craxophone guy.
He'll be here. Give him time. He'll be here in a little bit.
Shout out to bro.
Definitely shout out to that dude.
Shout out to him.
This is why when Chaz says things like he works incredibly hard, that's this dude works. The dude playing the saxophone up and down the street, he's working hard too. He's just not any good at it.
Did you just compare bro to it? Okay, all right.
He's just not any good at the skill. I don't know, man. Everything they say to me, I stopped believing a long time ago. Because there just hasn't been a lot of honesty. There hasn't been a lot of things that I've been able to you can confirm. They say it happens. They say it, then it is true. This is going to happen. There just isn't that flow of transparency that you see some other places. You don't see it other places, but yeah. So I don't care. I don't believe that Brandon is dominated. I don't believe everything they've told us. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes because I'm not there. But whatever it is, there's something fishy.
I find it weird, Chaz. No one's really necessarily talking about it, but you see guys, you pointed out two tonight. Wow, I'm like blanking on the dude. Zach LaVine, who goes off. Who's the other guy?
That other guys is
I'm just saying, Anthony Edwards. Okay, Anthony Edwards, superstar. Guy made All-Star team. Guy played Team USA, won a gold medal. Guy has a documentary following him. He's playing. LeBron James playing. Like all these guys are playing. The Knicks guys are playing. So, you're in a contract year. You've obviously had a rough off season. You had a horrific end to the season. You get a new point guard in. You have a new center in. You got new players in. And you're just going to be like, nah,
Justin.
I'm waiting till the end of
Justin, do you think this organization's actions matches their words?
No.
Okay.
So then Brandon Ingram's driving the ship, right? Like, is that what we're getting at with this whole thing?
And Edwards, after making a conference finals, right, being close to, I don't say close, but he had an opportunity to get to the finals. Played 27 minutes tonight, right? He's
27 minutes,
right? Like he's there.
Steph Curry's playing.
Like that team has goals towards something, and that's what when Chaz mentioned that no one at the media day said anything about goals and there wasn't a question about the goal. I didn't really think about it too much until a couple of days ago. I'm like he's right. Nobody, typically every media day, someone asked that question and it's responded to, or even like at the end of exit meetings, it's said, and we get like either win numbers or even in the additional like media things that guys do when Willie Green meets with Antonio Daniels, or like we eventually hear people ask those questions, and it's not. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen any clips on it yet, and that's what's confusing about all of this, because you see teams like Minnesota and Edwards playing 27 minutes. He had no reason to play 27 minutes. 27, right? I mean that's 10 to 13 minutes less of what he would play in a regular season basketball game. Or like there's no reason for him to play that amount of minutes unless they are trying to really work towards something. And it's when you look at the Pelicans, it's almost like, what are they working towards? It's like it's too much of we will figure this out as we go versus we are starting this season with a clear goal in mind, and we are going to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
And look, I'm seeing a lot of these comments here, and like a couple people.
I wanted to address that. I'm glad you highlighted that. Go ahead, Justin. My bad.
Because if you're dominating camp, you're 100%. Also, y'all got to listen to words and what's said in press conferences and at media day. He said yes, like during the offseason, he struggled, whatever. And then someone asked him, "Are you 100%?" He's like, "I am 100%." He's saying he's 100%.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. No, when they asked Brandon about why he didn't go to Vegas or wherever for the voluntary team thing,
which he allegedly set up,
Griff said physically it didn't make sense for him to go. And then Brandon follows that up and says, "No, I feel great." And then they say Brandon's dominating in the preseason. And now Brandon's not going to play.
When you say, hold up, yeah, correct here. You're not dominating preseason.
I'm sorry, in training
He's
camp.
dominating training camp.
In training camp. And then whatever the Willie Green quote was from earlier this week, when they said he's not going to play until the last preseason game, they said because he's still physically he's working out some kinks or whatever. I forget whatever the line was there.
What the fuck? This is where you work out the kinks in a game.
So I don't know whether that's physically or with his game, but it goes back to what I said when you started this segment. Nothing is ever just transparent truth. It's not. None of it. They don't. I don't think they communicate well with their own players. They definitely don't then relay that to the community with any level of transparency. That's why it's meaningless. The words mean nothing.
They lied.
Chaz Lito.
I think they full of shit. That's a colloquial way to say they lie. I look, man, and I'm gonna keep it a cool dollar. I ain't with telling nobody how the injuries are, how they feel, but I don't believe none of that. And then I don't believe it had nothing to do with injury.
I don't either.
I don't believe Brandon was that hurt in the playoffs neither. Because and then even if he was, let's say he's 80%. Let's say he's 80%. Who the fuck is 100% in April after you done played 50 plus, 60 plus games? You've been getting elbowed, falling on the ground. Who's 100%? That's why it's the war of attrition. So, I don't, man, come on with all that soft shit, man. Just send this man home, bro. Just send him home. Because if you're talking about trading him and you don't want to risk injury pride, he can get injured at any time. We didn't even see when Zion broke his foot. He can get injured at any given time. He can get injured in the regular season, he can get injured in the preseason. Zach LaVine, who's also trying to be traded, he can get injured at any given time. At this point, you need to just cut your losses with the situation because the center position seems a lot more dire than any, situation you would be in the event that you were missing Brandon. And that's not to disparage Brandon as a player. It just, it just seems that way when you look at the product on the floor. Also, you're introducing at minimum one new high usage player into the starting lineup. You need to be building chemistry as much as possible right now so you can start this regular season with at least a little bit ahead of the curve. That's why you see Anthony Edwards playing so many minutes. They like with Dante and all these guys, they trying to build that chemistry now so they can hit the ground running. And people make comparisons to like Kawhi and Randall and some of these other players. Look, man, all these dudes is coming off of major injuries, and on top of that, they're better. They earned their stripes already. Julius Randle, I think he's all NBA. He was all NBA the last season. So that's not a comparison. This is the equivalent to it's good. This is the equivalent to Tobias Harris sitting out games. This is the tier we're talking about here. This is Derek Carr sitting out faking injuries in the fourth quarter. This is the same thing. You need to remove this toxicity from the building. Just get it out of here.
Speaking of this is completely random. I don't know how much we talked about. No, I think you mentioned Dejounte a little bit earlier. I think I watched a little bit close to all of the first quarter, I would say. And
he was watching the first quarter of the Dome?
Absolutely. What else did I have?
Man was at the Saints game watching the Pelicans game.
By that time,
he works so hard.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Chris works so hard.
By the time the Buccaneers had went up 10 points, we were walking out the stadium in the fourth quarter. It was over with. The fourth quarter, I got out, beat traffic, everything. Shout out to Superior
Good,
Grill.
good.
But look, I when I think about Dejounte, I want him, and I hope through preseason. This is one of the things preseason is for. I want him to get out of what it looks like this. I am trying to make everyone comfortable and fit in stage of his part of his career or his stint or early stages of being a Pelican. He needs to get that out of his system because there are too many periods, and maybe this will change and this will mature in its own right as the season goes on. So, but Dejounte is too good of a player in transition, and he's too good of a pace increaser, pace pusher to be jogging up the floor, to be catching rebounds and just pushing the ball up the floor to somebody else. Dejounte's a difference maker. And this team, especially, even in it, he's going to be playing games throughout the year when Brandon Ingram isn't available, when Zion isn't available, when Trey Murphy isn't available. I need Dejounte to, one way or another, to not cover up what worked for him in San Antonio, not cover up what worked for him in Atlanta. I don't care about the talent that he thinks that he's playing with. I don't think that Dejounte has been aggressive enough. And I think he took about 10 shots today, but I think that there were some things when it comes to taking the basketball into the paint that I would have liked to see him do a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And for someone who has the basketball in his hands, it feels like so often. There was so many possessions early on where I felt like he was just around a possession versus being somebody that this organization said that they needed. I need him to be more involved in being someone who is setting up like a certain accent, setting the pace, setting the tone when it comes to certain things. Because they, we see too many times with this team to where they just, they get lackadaisical. They get too traditional. They get too boring. They get too stagnant. He's supposed to help break that. Now, I hope that he's not being drugged into some kind of, cult where he's being in a situation where he's just being a part of a role, just playing a part of a program, just doing what he's asked to do versus no, we need you to be you. That's what's going to help this work the best.
Yeah. Lito, let's hear your thoughts on the Brandon Ingram situation.
What's the goal?
We'll figure it out.
Because for real, like I was thinking about this on the way over here. I was like looking at Twitter comments and just people on the internet talking about Brandon, and the consensus is a lot of it is well, he'll play the next game or he's going to play the last game. That's the plan. The plan is that he's going to play the final preseason game. And it's like, how is that a plan? You have so many new players on this team. There's no continuity. With you just talked about a high volume player in Dejounte, right? Like I understand he's dominating in practice, but like I want like dominating scoring one-on-one or dominating, like, are we winning? Like, you know what I'm saying?
What's the difference between practice and games, Lito? What is the difference?
Shit, man, it's a huge difference.
It's not even. It's
not
night and day.
Clint Kubiak.
Well,
Clint Kubiak said gamers that play in practice, they perform really well during the game.
Yeah, like who are we talking about though? That's the thing. Like, who are we talking about? Are we talking about like Ant Edwards?
And I mean,
we talking about Michael Jordan? Like,
I don't think we should even. I don't think as Pelicans, like supporters, observers, podcasters, fans, I don't think we should even be allowed to even mention that Edwards with some of the shit that we've seen.
That's the point. So look, this is the point. The point is
we don't deserve that.
What the point is, like, the Pelicans don't have no standard. There's no standard of excellence.
When you try to make the standard, you get.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, dog, you can't cut corners if you're trying to be great. When you trying to attain a goal, that's why shout out to Chaz. What's the goal? If you're trying to attain a goal, you're trying to achieve something, you can't fucking cut corners and you doing it. Everybody got to be on the same accord, be on the same account, or like it's just a war of attrition at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, Brandon comes back the last game, right? What the fuck is that gonna do? What is it gonna do?
You would think you would want to play. I know they got a game canceled in Orlando, and obviously thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by that hurricane. But they only get 3 preseason games, and you're gonna play the last one. In which what you're gonna get 20 minutes on the court,
bro.
What is that gonna and I understand what you're saying, Leo. What is one game going to do? Like everyone's saying, oh, he's gonna play Tuesdays. Okay, why couldn't he play last Monday? Why couldn't he play today?
Hey, hold on. Pull up Mondale comment right quick about Zion.
Chad's just literally all right. Go ahead.
Hey, and that's not see right there. That you doing some BI shit.
It's always Zion. It's so weird.
That's some BI shit because that's not true. Dog, we've had me and Chris have done shows about Zion's lack of either effort on defense. We've done.
We don't talk about his screens. We'll talk about his screens.
We talk about his lack of rebound,
his rolling. Like
nah, dog. Yeah, dog. And I'm with Chaz. When I looked at the game today, like I don't think he looked the greatest. Like I don't really think he looked the greatest in his jersey. Like he didn't look like whatever they said he was, whatever the weight was. I ain't really see that. He didn't look great. Now the athleticism was still there, so I mean, you know what I'm saying. That's one thing. But son, my dog. We talked about Zion not being a leader, having to be more vocal. Like I don't know if you like not listening with your ears, but you know what I'm saying.
Can I ask Ross a question?
Of course.
Ross, why do you think? I think we talked about this in the chat about. I think it was Brandon Ingram related. Why does it feel like players? It just feels like so much is taken for granted. Players, certain people in the organization, staff, just as an organization, to where they're so relaxed about things. Why does that exist for a team that hasn't earned to be that?
People get promoted without doing their job. Sorry, go ahead.
Why do you think that that's a thing?
I think it's very low. I think
feel like you're free.
Yeah, Justin kind of just hit on it for me.
My fault.
No, you can
I think it goes back to not having accountability at like the highest level, and I mean ownership. Like I just don't know how invested our ownership is in this team. Like you wouldn't, someone who genuinely cared about and was willing to risk a low level of success for the ultimate success in this league wouldn't allow this kind of stuff. Wouldn't allow this lack of transparency. Wouldn't allow a good, not great player like Ingram to sort of do some of this stuff. There's just no repercussion for it. I mean, look, I know we just kind of went back and forth with my dog there, but like you allowed the guy that you drafted first overall to show up so grossly overweight 4 years in a row with nothing really said about it. You've allowed Brandon to not go along, or you've allowed Brandon to do Brandon shit for the last 2 or 3 years. This goes on and on and on. I mean, you've allowed your general management to just lie. We just went through countless examples. Like, so who's really in charge setting a standard here? Like, you think Mark Cuban would allow some of this stuff? You think some of the owners that are genuinely invested in the good of their teams and want to see championships and are willing to push look at what the Knicks just did. Like, these are teams that are going for it. These are teams that have engaged fan bases. These are teams that have engaged ownership. These are teams that have standards and want to win. I've always questioned whether this group, and when I say group, I mean everyone involved, genuinely want to win.
What is it?
Want to win a championship, want to compete for championships. I think they're fine. We said this last year. We got how many times did we get told directly when we were critical? What are you talking about? We won 49 wins. How many times did it get said like that to us? So many
to us or to me?
More than we can count, because that was the bar. That was what meant success, even though it meant nothing. You were a play-in team and barely that. And we got told over and over, 49 wins. Who cares? What are you trying to do? That's why it's kind of become the joke for us of this question of what's the goal. Because I genuinely don't think the goal is to win an NBA title with these folks. I don't.
I'm curious to hear Chaz.
Yo, I'm sorry.
You want Chaz? Chaz?
Yeah. This is why they talk about spirit and shit like that. Because they don't talk about they don't want to talk about basketball.
What's the topic?
Chris's question was why are these things allowed? Why is brand, why is there, like, where does it start in terms of all of these things and who does it fall on and why does it continue to happen and why is it allowed?
I think it's just, truthfully, I think it's just a mechanism of the city into the organization. I think it starts with the city itself. That's too deep of a conversation. But you just look at ownership. There's no competency at the top. It's like when you work for something, you have a different appreciation. I remember Tom Benson was on WWL TV and he said the Saints couldn't beat a high school football team. That's that's ownership being fucking serious. That's ownership like, yo, nah, this ain't what I paid for. But when you just kind of like inherit the team, this is just, an object. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's making money. You're doing your thing. It's not really, again, there's no real benchmarks of success being set here. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you don't know what greatness looks like. That's why you allow something weird, to kind of continue to go on for years and years and years at a time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just to me, it's just an extension of the city and the organization.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? Pardon. You don't apologize to me.
Hey, look.
We do got to take a commercial break here in a second, though. But go ahead.
Hey, look. Let's take it a step further. Like, Chaz talked about ownership. Chris is asking about ownership. Like, the thing is, people often ask. I see people in comments often ask questions of the media, like, well, why didn't such and such ask this question? Why weren't you there? Or why didn't you ask this question to Willie? Why didn't you ask this question at the post-game presser? Why didn't you ask this question, right? The difference is this. If anybody in the media actually tries to hold the organization's feet to the fire, if you put your flag in the sand and you try to, like, be serious about your job, they're going to give you pushback, and pushback so much in the fact, like, they will try to mute you. They'll kick you out the building.
Literally.
I'm not going to literally, for real. I'm not going to say this guy's name, but there was a guy who used to write on the team. He was a beat writer for the team, and he was really investigative. He really, like, he was stepping on toes, and dude got told, if you keep up this path that you're on, you're never working this town again. And he never worked in this town again. I'm not gonna say his name. You do your research on that. But everybody is culpable in the situation. So, like, you want to place the blame on Willie, and that's cool. But it goes so much higher up the chain that it's so much shit that trickles down. Y'all don't even, like, you don't even know.
Is that a corduroy hat?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out Padres.
Gotta
on the corduroy hat.
Yeah. Man, rest in peace to Padres.
Rest in peace.
All right, so we got 100. All right, so we got 183 people in there. We're gonna continue this conversation. Before that, we do that, we're gonna hear from Standard Mortgage. Make sure you smash that like button. If you're new here, hit the bell notification. Let you know we're going live. And what we need to do next here is play from Standard Mortgage, and then we'll get to your fan questions. Probably about 30 minutes.
Buying a house is one of the largest financial investments you'll ever make. That's why you need the experience and the support of the Standard Mortgage team. Whether you're looking to purchase, refinance, or consolidate debt through a cash-out refinance loan, Standard Mortgage will help you every step of the way. For the last century, we've grown to 7 locations across Louisiana, but we've always called New Orleans home. While others are busy raising your rates, we're focused on raising the standard. Visit us today at stanmore.com, STANMOR.com. NMLS number 44912, equal housing lender.
Oh, my fault.
Have we talked about Yves? Yes. And then David said,
yeah, that was real simple.
Sucks.
This shit, Dave. Hey, Dave, that was tight.
Before we run the next commercial, I got to give a shout out to my wife and kids. They told me to give my holler on the show tonight. I make them watch so much unnecessary sports starting this time of year. So Shout out
Shout out to the
Emily,
wife and
the
kids.
kids, everybody.
Shout out to Emily and the kids.
Great. Good as they get.
This is a good time to I guess address this. I was contemplating to address what had happened on Monday. There have been a couple questions about we were live. Some people had questioned, is Justin okay? Did something happen? So I had something happen on Monday. Unfortunately, a family member had passed away, and I wanted to shout out to all y'all, Ross, Lito, Chris, Chaz, Jarrett, for really honestly like just being a part of my family and making sure I'm okay. So I wanted to like in front of all these people, like really appreciate y'all checking in on me and being part of, the brotherhood that is this podcast. Like, I know it's kind of crazy that, we've been doing this now for 3 years.
Yeah.
2.5, 3 years. And
2.5.
like, this is more than it's more than a fucking podcast. Like, y'all are my family. So I really want to say I appreciate y'all and everybody in the chat and comments, man. I really appreciate it.
It's love, man. Everybody else hate us,
real.
but we love each other.
Yeah, everyone else might hate us, but like for real, like appreciate y'all and I appreciate everybody here in the comments, man. Y'all are awesome, showing up every Sunday night. I know the season's about to start. Like we can't wait for this year, good or bad. So let's keep talking about the ownership issue here. So Lito, I guess we'll go Chaz here in a second, or we'll go with here with Chaz. Do you think that? Like, do you think Gail will ever invest in this team and like ever go into the luxury tax? Do you ever honestly see her doing this?
I don't necessarily.
Hold on. Before he answers that, I want to split that into two things for Chaz because I think it's two very different questions.
Well, I think because you hear one thing, we're talking about the words that are said at a press conference, and Griff saying, "Well, whenever we're ready, she's going to allow us to go on the luxury tax." And
I believe that to be true, and I don't want to cut Chaz off. I believe that to be true. But will she invest versus will they go into the luxury tax are two like totally separate streams of thought for me. But I'll stop there and we can talk more about it. But go ahead, Chaz.
Not to defend Gail, but honestly, I don't think this team's ever been worth going into the luxury tax for. Now, could you be investing in better than bare minimum, that you have invested? Sure. It's funny how like every couple years it's like, oh, Mrs. B, she's giving us the bandwidth, and the leeway to have this state of the art gym. It's like, why y'all, if you keep having to update for a new state of the art gym every 2 fucking seasons, that means whatever you were doing was still behind the curve. Like science doesn't advance that fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like every season you got something new state of the art that you just brought in. That means whatever you was doing before, and I said this about Carlo, I'm saying this about a couple of dudes, you can look at the team and see that they have nutrition issues. Like you could definitely look at Zion, see he got nutrition issues. But you can look at the team and see that there's certain mechanics that aren't there, that certain investments haven't been made. As far as the luxury tax, I don't think she even should. I'm not in the business of telling nobody to waste no money, because let's say you could keep, let's say Yves, I don't know, Dwight Howard. Let's say Dwight Howard costs $3 million, and you sign Dwight Howard and you stay in the luxury tax for about $4 to $5 million this entire season. It's a waste of a luxury tax penalty. It's really a waste. This particular team isn't a luxury tax team. I don't necessarily think that the current roster construction is because she doesn't want to go into the luxury tax. I think it's a poorly constructed roster that isn't worth going into the tax for. And I think that's been a repeated issue for years now.
Justin. Just this singular thing still tells me everything I need to know. Okay. We gave our head coach a contract extension.
Talk about it.
In silence.
Talk about
and the
it.
president of basketball operations.
And we still haven't even announced it.
Still haven't announced it. And I don't know.
No one talks about it. And nobody talks about it.
It's not public. Like I can go right now and pick a team. I can go tell you how much their head coach makes. You cannot find it.
It's not even that.
But
it's just the extension. I don't really give a shit about that.
But it is.
I don't care.
Because why would you hide this?
It's funny because every time a coach gets a contract extension, I instantly go back to, oh, they're announcing the coaching extension. Why are we not ever announcing an extension?
Because they treat him like a side chick.
Because they're cheap. Because they're cheap. Like that's what it is.
Hey,
Bro, we were sitting out. We went to the Smoothie King Center the other day.
it's cheap.
We went on Monday. Ross's buddy gave us 4 tickets. Go in there, first seat, fucking ripped. I mean, like literally, like the Smoothie King Center seat is ripped down the middle. Like there's foam coming out.
Why would you do this? Like what? But why would you do that? And think about it like this. Here's another one. This all came out like I think early April, right? When it seemed like we were having that conversation around like when it became public that like that he got a contract extension, and I think it was in April. It's October. That like so everybody made a big deal about it in April. Like, oh man, wait, who all got contract extensions? People got more money, this, that, and the other. But like, there's still been nothing about it. Nothing.
One of your homeboys ever caught you down bad with a chick you weren't supposed to be with, and you denied the fuck? Nah, I wasn't with her.
Well, me.
You ain't see me with her.
Could have been me.
Shit, who? Broad daylight, who? Boy, you crazy. I wasn't.
different
Hell
role.
nah.
Must have been a different
Nah.
role.
Nah.
I hadn't seen him.
Man, when you go when y'all go take a picture, put it on Instagram. Who? That's what this is.
You ain't know I had a twin?
Nah, my brother. You got to get your own.
But so how can this be fixed?
But it all goes back.
Is everyone just
Us.
laughing at me?
Us.
No, we get
No. Because
make sure you get the mic to
Closer, just
closer. Yeah. There you go.
I don't.
I'm doing crazy. I just
Okay. But it is on more people, I think, like us, man, and what we've grown to be, man. I mean, it may not be popular. It may not be, medicine isn't like it doesn't taste well. Like it's
good point.
It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to feel like you're rebuilding something. And I do think it's part of what we are trying to do. Look, if the team fucking won 60 games, there will be part of this, a good portion of what we talk about, it will be totally different. Everybody I see in the comments all the time, y'all so negative. Do y'all have anything popular to say? No matter what we talk about, we can have a full positive podcast. Oh, y'all so negative. How? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the truth is people want to hear what they want to hear. They don't want to see some of the things that we've seen either, behind the scenes or in person. They just don't want. They'd rather only hear about the good things. That's just how some people are in life. And that's fine. But I think partially it is like one of the reasons I think I've grown to love and be here and do these shows is because I think we've grown to have a responsibility that at no matter what, we tell the truth. It may be collective, it may be certain individuals, certain shows, but we tell the truth. Some truth that we actually know that comes from people that would know around or inside the building, and some truth that people that you may think about that you're watching that you just might not want to say. And I think if more people did that, if more people had that same thought, that's how you slowly start to change things and change expectations and change the way how people treat you by just telling the truth as a collective and saying, like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not stupid. I know what's happening here. This ain't right. What y'all doing to change it?
You pod.
So just bring this full circle. Do we
say full throttle?
Do we?
You
sandbagging son of a bitch.
You old sailor, you.
Do we think that? I mean, are we tiptoeing around the point that the brand's just not playing because they're still trying to trade him, or like or is he not playing because he wants a contract extension and this is really the
he don't want to play?
Or
he
is
did
this
this
the only
last year.
leverage
He did this last year, right?
He just doesn't want to play.
Play one preseason game last year, right?
I think that's right.
It was a toe year.
Oh, damn it. Y'all keep talking. I got to change the fucking battery.
Yeah, it was.
You need to get another sponsor to pay for batteries.
Yeah.
Hey, Duracell, hit us up. Duracell, hit us up.
Energizer was good.
Yeah, Energizer.
That's kind of crazy.
Hey, but that's just a little crazy. Yeah, energize a little. The thing about it is too, like, if you don't say nothing about, you see, like Chris was saying, if you see instances of things happening, behavioral patterns, issues that you think should be easily correctable, and you don't say nothing about it. Like you got a kid, right? And every day
3 of them.
you got 3 of them, and you see your kid do some shit every day, and you don't say nothing. How the fuck do you care about your kids? Right? I think people get lost in the fact that like we are fans of the team. You know what I'm saying? Like I am tired of cheering for losing. I wanna like be a fan.
So Lito, what would you say to a fan, another fan of, well, we won 49 games last year. What would you say to that?
What did you get from that?
Want more?
What did you? Yeah, like
You were
is
the
that
8th
what the
or
fuck?
9th best team in your conference?
Is that
last year, even with 49
that
wins.
I'm telling you, this is what Ross, you literally just said it. Like we've had literally personnel tell us, well, they had 49 wins. Okay, great.
Man.
Pat on the ass. Like what? Like what do we hang the banner now? Like I'm just
Hang it.
confused. Like
49.
when do we ever just want to take it to like the next level? Like when do you ever want to take it to just the next level?
That's what I'm saying.
Like I graduated from LSU. Like I watched LSU last night. I know what a championship program looks like. I'm a Red Sox fan. I know what an organization, as an organization, like what they like. You're a Giants fan, I think, in baseball. You're a Cardinals fan. I don't know what you are, Lito. Chad.
I don't know. It's like with this fit, he ought to be a Padres fan.
Dodgers fan. I don't know.
Y'all can't see the whole fit.
There's just expectations.
Something special happening in that chair over there with the shoes.
I don't like this.
It's me.
I don't like this.
Should we get a picture? Should we get a?
What you don't like?
I don't like this. Y'all being way too complimentary and nice to him, and it's not necessary. To be honest, that's it.
You are out of time.
Just hate. I mean, I'm just throwing the hate out there where it deserves to be.
Crazy, man. Chaz, what's up, bro? How you doing?
See, we try to be positive. We try to be positive. Chris says no.
Go ahead, Chaz.
I think more than anything, bro, and it's kind of just to bring things back to the on-court product. It's like no one's even asking for you to be good at this point. It's like just be normal. Why can't you just be normal? Like normal organizations don't do the shit that this team does, bro. Like normal organizations just don't do this. Like certain shit is reserved for classic what's the word I'm looking for? Cornerstone organizations, cornerstone players, like brand pushing players. Mm-hmm. It's just not reserved for the Brandon Ingrams and the Zions and the Pelicans of the league. And you come out with this bullshit story that didn't get enough pushback with Herb. Shout out to Herb Jones. Again, I appreciate Herb Jones as a player. But let's just be real for a second, bro. Let's just be real for a second, bro. Let's be real. Herb Jones probably 180, right? In the Western Conference, Herb Jones about 6'6", 6'7", 180. In the Western Conference, the centers are
talk about that.
Jokic, Gordon, Chet, Wemby, Hartenstein, Sengun, Gobert, Adams. Well, I'm sorry, Gobert. Adams. Gobert. Yeah, Gobert. Naz Reid, Julius Randle, Jabari Smith, Jaren Jackson Jr., Edey, Sabonis, Nurkic, Ayton, Walker, John Collins, Zubac, Lively, Gafford, Anthony Davis, Kleber, Powell, Looney, Green, etc. The overwhelming majority of that list, Herb Jones couldn't do nothing with. Like I'm just keeping it real. He can't do nothing with him. And then if you talk about, okay, Herb Jones, I'm presuming is guarding the centers, or it's going to be a group effort guarding the centers. Okay, and you got Murray guarding the best perimeter player. Like how is any of this don't even make sense on paper? And then you haven't even shown yourself to be that good offensively to even justify that lineup. You being great offensively depends on CJ shooting like he shot last year, Herb shooting like he shot last year, getting the best version of Zion, getting the Phoenix series from 3 years ago, Brandon Ingram, and getting who else left? Dejounte shooting like he shot last year. All absolute best case scenarios, and getting the new Willie Green. It's just like, come on, like when do we get real here? Like, just be normal.
So you bring up a good point, Chaz. I'm glad you brought this up. There are reports. Look, to be honest with you, I don't believe him. Saying that Herb Jones, Chris, is going to allegedly be the starting center for the Pelicans. Do you believe that?
No. And I'll be really curious, just for my own entertainment, to see when someone asked Willie about that report and see if he mirrors his statement about Zion to match Herb. Because it feels like this organization has went out of their way to say that Zion isn't a 5. So I would hope that they do the same thing with Herb Jones. And basically that just goes back to there is no 5. They don't have one. Like, even if you label, like me and Lito did a show about Herb that came out a couple days ago.
You talking about the generational player?
Yeah, I mean, you might label him as such, but you could label any of those guys. It doesn't mean that they're a center. You are choosing to play this way either because you didn't do what you were supposed to do in the offseason, and this is where your roster is. But that doesn't mean that guy is a center. It just doesn't mean that that's the case. If Brandon Ingram's guarding Jared Allen for a long stretch of time, or Herb is guarding Cat, it doesn't mean that they're centers. They may be playing that role for that period of time. Like, they need to lean into what is versus trying to mask and hide all this shit. Well, we'll figure it out. This is the lineup that we're running with. There's certain guys that are going to be given the responsibility of doing traditional center shit that are not traditional centers, and that is the case. But Herb's not a center. Zion's not a center. Brandon's not a center. Trey Murphy. None of these guys are centers. They're playing this way because they don't have a fucking choice at this point.
That would require transparency, and they lie. We've talked about that. I agree with you. I just don't know why you don't own it. Just own it. Like, if that's how you're going to play, that's cool. Stop worrying about this, like the nomenclature of who's going to do what and each position and this, that, and the other. Like, just say, man, we're putting the best 5 players on the court, and we're gonna and
we'll figure it out.
We're gonna play fast and figure it out.
Print the shirt, Lito. Print the fucking shirts, because we can wear the shirts now. We can wear the shirts. Print the fucking shirts.
It's just nonsense. Like, it's all nonsense. And the person I think the worst for in this whole thing, we've said it a bunch of times, is Herb Jones, because he's the one they're going to use. He's the one they're going to abuse. He's the one they're going to take for granted. He's the one they're going to take advantage of, because he's the one that ain't going to say anything. He's not going to throw a fit. He's not going to say. He's just going to do whatever they ask him to do, whether it's reasonable or unreasonable, whether it's going to make the team better or worse. It doesn't matter, because he's just that type of guy. And that's the unfortunate part. Because I don't think even playing Herb Jones at center, like you've been, even with Jonas, who I know.
All right.
Even with Jonas, who is not, typically thought of as a very good defender, this all we've seen is a pretty good defensive team. Like, I don't think playing Herb Jones at center or letting Herb Jones guard centers for long periods of time actually makes you a better defense. I think it makes you a worse defense.
Why?
Because I don't think it accentuates. Like, Herb Jones is not just your best defender; he's by far your best defender. And I think having him down on the block with some 7 foot, 280-pound player is the best use of his unbelievable skill set.
You're putting your best defender on one of their, like,
I think it's the worst use of
it. But that's not about Jokic. If it ain't Jokic or Embiid, like, you got Herb got Rudy Gobert.
You got
it's like the absolute worst use of his unbelievable skill set.
You got
Lito could guard Rudy Gobert.
It's like taking a guy who throws 102 and being like, "Hey, all I want to see is the curveball today."
You
leave the 102 in the back. At least we don't need the 102 today. I want to see that curveball that you throw for a strike about 1 out of every 4 pitches. It doesn't make any sense.
And look, I still think that there are ways that defensively and offensively, them going small can work.
Yes,
but I don't. And again, we're basing this off of Shams report. I want to hear I want to hear people inside of the building disappoint me by giving by responding to this report when they're asked about it very soon. They give actual, comments on it. But there's ways that it can work. But it damn sure ain't having Herb Jones considered your center. That's not the way to do it, and that's a misuse of his talents. That's having, we just talked about LSU. What's bro's name? That's having Harold Perkins not rest the passer.
Whit Weeks.
That's just a misuse of his talents, man. You want to have him You either have him on ball or you have him being able to do a plethora of things off ball and use his instincts and the things that he can do that not many in the fucking league in the world can do when it comes to diagnosing what another team is doing and making a play on it. That's what you want to do, not guarding a standard center in the paint.
I think Chung had a post, and honestly, and a guy who actually gets hurt a lot, but he thugs it out. But Herb gets hurt a lot also. So
Herb, what? Chaz, I'm sorry.
Herb gets hurt a lot. He thugs it out. Like, he's never gone for a super extended period of time, but Herb gets hurt a lot. So, like, and even like I'm thinking, like, when I look at the team today offensively, I'm like, okay, the Heat are just too big and strong. Like they too. Jimmy Butler is too strong for anybody out here aside from Zion, and maybe Daniel Tice, maybe. But it's like, even when I think of him from an offensive standpoint, I'm like, okay, let's bring Brandon back into the equation. Herb's at the 5, or whoever's at the 5, and you're guarding a traditional center. Like today, they couldn't rebound, and there was no spacing on the court, and the Heat exploited that. And you add in the added physicality. If they played a team like they played OKC again, you got the physicality disadvantage there. You got the height disadvantage there. You got the interior defense disadvantage there. I just struggle to see how, and you got a new component of Dejounte Murray and Brandon Ingram occupying the same space. So instead of, and nobody's going to respect Herb Jones' jumper. Like, they should probably at this point. Maybe they should. But he's at least another season or two away from people like.
I didn't see.
Oh, I think he's another season or two from people like fully respecting that jumper. I just wonder, like, I'm just like, what are y'all doing, bro? And even like with the second unit, I'm like, ain't like you got no crazy like physical phenomenon coming off the second unit neither, because Trey Murphy's out right now for as somebody who could stretch the court and be a advantage creator. Javonte Green, he's 6'4". Hawkins 6'4". Jose probably 5'10", 5'11". Like, you're gonna lose a physicality matchup almost every night. So I'm just curious how they make up for the rebounding and physicality matchup on any given night.
Listen, tonight, from what I saw in the quarter that I saw with the starters, they didn't play fast enough. You gotta be faster. You have to.
So like every single night, it's every single night.
Yeah, I mean, they're not, and they have no choice but to play fast and move the ball up the floor and make dudes guard. Make dudes have to guard on a swivel and guard in space and have to make quick adjustments, and they didn't do it. If they're gonna be slow and run offenses that they've run in previous years with traditional centers, there's no way this shit can work.
It's a good point, Chris. You want to say something?
Yeah. So like, let me first of all, like y'all saying y'all don't want Herb to be guarding Bismack Biyombo. You don't think that'll make a difference in the game?
Shout out to Biz.
Shout out to Biz. What would be the difference in this situation if you look at Pel's like the second half of games from last year? Like, what is the difference?
That's actually a good point.
I would have to see who they played, and Larry versus Herb is Herb is still like a bit of a rebound and downgrade from a Larry Nance.
Although Herb did rebound pretty well today.
But you're taking it. You can't think about it that way because Herb was playing with Larry Nance.
Yeah.
Now you're having Herb Jones.
Yeah, that's true.
Go do like you're taking. You have to think of it almost as taking the Herb Jones you know and love off the court.
Yep.
Right.
Because he's going to be doing something totally different. He hasn't played any center. Like he hasn't done, and it's not that playing center makes it think like there's more to it. I'm just talking about defense, even like
different coverage.
Teams are going to react to that, and part of that reaction is going to be sure if Herb Jones wants to sit back there and not really guard a center or whatever, and try to play center field. well, we're going to give up 1 million offensive rebounds because Bismack Biyombo is not a starter in this league, but Bismack Biyombo is going to get 1 million offensive rebounds on Herb Jones. And there's just nothing more crippling in a game for me than the offensive rebound that turns into a three. And I can just see us giving up 1 million of those.
And that's a great point also, Ross, to piggyback on that point for 1 second. When you talk about pace and getting out and running, you have to secure the board. And that's also how you create additional possessions. So if you're giving up offensive boards, you're going to lose the possession battle most nights. So regardless of how many threes you want to take, that's less opportunities for you to take those threes. That's less opportunities for Zion to attack downhill. That's less opportunities for Brandon to do whatever he wants to do, etc. Less threes for CJ, etc. It's like it's just like it's really unbelievable how bad they've handled this offseason when you just think about everything. And it's like, Herb, why don't you go out there and save us? Or Thies, I want you Daniel Tice, Daniel Tice, why don't you go out there and save us? It's like
JRE.
I know you ain't asking Yves Missi to save a motherfucking.
Look, I think Jerry is doing his job.
It was a joke.
No, I'm serious though. The way he came into this preseason game, just launching threes, has me a little worried.
That's what he has to do.
No, I understand it. I think that's what defenses want him to do. There's a difference.
What does he do?
That's what always cracks me
There's
up.
a difference.
That's exactly what defenses
I know,
want him to do.
Lito. I know. We're telling him, hey, we need you. We need you. And I think the defense is like,
oh shit, he's doing it. Scout report team.
So I'm a little worried today, Ross. He looked a little too like Tony Snell confident in the corner, just launching.
Why is it?
I'm a little worried.
That's disrespectful.
Tony
Worried?
Snell confident.
What do you mean worried?
I was a little
You should
worried.
be worried. If you're
I was
worried
a
if he's
little
playing,
worried.
you should be worried if he's playing. If he's on the court in New Orleans on the court.
Yeah, I didn't
On the
understand.
court,
him
he's
playing.
opening night for sure. What?
Opening
I
night.
don't understand.
Oh, okay. Well, he's
Yeah,
gonna be playing before Missy in an NBA basketball game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we?
I played in the playoffs last year.
We didn't talk.
Jerry, you played in the playoffs last
I
year?
bet he got some playoff.
Yeah,
games.
he did.
I bet he got.
I mean,
playoff games.
probably the 30-point route.
Hey, Chaz, what does JRE stand for? I'm trying to look at how much he played last year.
Only JR I acknowledge is JR Ewing. But I just don't even. So you cut Matt Ryan, or you waive Matt Ryan,
Not
and
about
you,
cut that right.
but you got JRE on an official contract, and JRE has no tangible use.
Coach's kid.
And that's just. And see, the stupid thing about that is, I think they extended JR. They made his contract official prior to the offseason really getting going. So you didn't even know what fucking moves you would be able to make, stupid. So you just got this guy on a real contract, right? You took away a roster spot. Nobody asking for no motherfucking JRE to be included in no trade. So what was the point of this?
I had to let you can't let an asset like that hit the open market, Chaz.
What the fuck? Man, somebody's gonna scoop him up. What are you doing? Man, get Token out of here, dog. I don't care how long Token been around. Get Token out of here. Somebody gotta go. Token gotta go, man.
Hey, Boot Crew Stat Guy, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Where have you been?
We took the whole summer off. Shout out Stat
Speaking
Guy.
of accountability, you can what are we doing here? You can't be skipping out on Sundays.
Shout
That's
out Stat
ridiculous.
I mean, it's
But
been
he's
like
back.
3
What?
Sundays in a row
Yeah, but he's back.
with no notice. What kind of company
Free.
running?
Yeah, it's chicken shit.
You were upset about Lito.
Chicken shit is an ism for sure.
Lito's got coming on the show saying the things that he said, and then you gonna allow
Nah.
member of the company
See, that's disrespectful.
to be out
because
for 3 weeks in
you
a
were
row.
part of that show. That was embarrassment.
Wasn't my show.
That was an embarrassment to this company, to
Wasn't
this
my show.
brand.
My bad. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wrong one.
Yeah.
That was the wrong one.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. Hello. Hello.
Stay going.
I would kick open the door to the Oval Office and I would chop that motherfucking desk in half.
Hey, let me ask you this.
What?
Is it crazy? that the guy who's supposed to be like the backup center, like ain't even get a minute of preseason basketball.
You talking Carlo?
Yes.
Bro,
Yeah, wow.
who's the dude in the comments that said that if Carlo had a good preseason, I would have to get a jersey? I said I would do it. He ain't even had a preseason because he hadn't played. He's got 2 DNPs.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
He must be terrible in practice. And y'all, here's the funny thing. When I showed y'all the Zion clip, you're like, oh, he contested it. I think one of y'all said that. I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I thought he played good defense
Lito,
on that
huh?
one.
It was fucking Lito. I was like,
I was
what the fuck are you talking
That
about?
was me, buddy.
I said, he gave up an and one.
Wasn't me.
He got bodied by Zion. What?
But the crazy part is, why is he not playing though? Like, because Missi is
How bad he is in practice,
He
bro.
can't
We got guys. We got guys I've never
nah,
heard. We got
nah.
some dude named Kane that I never even heard of. That got
Jamal
minutes
Kane?
today.
He can't be worse than him. He can't
yeah.
be.
It just seemed weird, bro. There's no way he's worse than Missi in
Guys,
practice.
give me a reason why he's not playing. Give me a reason. And I don't count the 2 or 3 minutes he got against fucking against Orlando and New Orleans.
I can tell you why Missi plays over him. Because Carlo, you could let Carlo play 10 games in a row and he can't accumulate 4 blocks. Even though Missi is good, would foul out of a game in 5 minutes.
Oh, absolutely.
And
In a real game,
yeah. And I mentioned last time they'd keep the poor dude that's got to mop up the wet spots on the floor. He'd be so busy chasing Missi around.
Trey
But,
Jemison.
but he can't.
Yo, that's
Trey Jemison.
That's crazy.
Who you talking about?
Trey played today, right? He got some minutes, right?
Did he?
Yeah, he
I think
did.
he got some minutes.
He
in the court.
had a red shirt
You
on.
got to pay attention.
Yo, he was really on the red team.
What'd he do?
He was on the red team. I don't know.
Did he play
I
well,
don't even
Chad?
know he did. No, I didn't even watch it. I just saw he had a post game interview. That's who we really want to hear from.
See,
So they had
That's what we really want to hear from.
we're so fucking bad. We're so bad.
What is
this
that?
shit just look crazy, bro. Like it just look crazy out there. And it's just like
Trey Jefferson logged
because-
8 minutes tonight, had 5 rebounds, 2 points, plus 12.
I
Trey Jefferson was
there's a
plus
better-
12 tonight.
he's the best center on the roster. He's the best center on the roster.
He is. I agree with that. I think Trey Jemison is. I mean,
Don't do that.
Look at this.
It's reality.
You
No,
slow-
it's not. It's not.
I-
It's not.
yo, we ain't
Alfred
know.
Payton had 7 assists today. I mean, is he the best?
Hey,
point
shout
guard
out to
on
the
the team?
UL
no,
legend.
he's not. He's not.
I just want to know.
He's
John
not.
Arrett legend.
He's not. But you know who you're comparing Alfred Payton against?
Right.
Do you know who we're saying Trey Jemison is like the best of a very bad
He's the
situation.
best bad player.
Yeah,
He's
like
the
he's
best
the
bad
best
player.
option of a group of bad options.
So you saying Carlo better than Trey Jemison?
Absolutely.
There's no
You saying Missi better than Trey Jemison?
There's no evidence to back up the
Absolutely.
You
I'm
think
not-
Missy's better than Trey Jemison?
Absolutely.
I'm not. Nah,
Absolutely.
he not.
Chris.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Chris.
Absolutely.
Chris.
I would rather he may not be a better full basketball player if we're talking about IQ and if we're talking about instincts and all that shit than goddamn Trey Jemison. But if you're asking me, would I rather watch Missi play basketball for this team than Trey Jemison? I'd rather watch Missi. I'd rather watch Missi foul out in 5 minutes than watch Trey Jemison get 5 rebounds, do anything else, lose the basketball when he's
hate.
giving it,
It's a lie. It's just hate.
get lost in transition, move like an offensive tackle. I mean, what do you want? He gonna stand and dunk. He gonna stand and dunk a spot. He can't dunk. He can't move. He doesn't get off the ground.
Yes,
Wow.
he can.
No,
Hey.
he can't.
There's a look. Pelicans posted a video of the Trey Jemison 3-on-3 alley oop dunk.
There's nothing to watch about Trey Jemison.
Okay.
Trey Jemison makes
And that man, mama follow
Trey
you. You tripping?
Trey Jemison makes Hilton Armstrong look like Akeem Olajuwon.
All right, man. All right,
This
man.
is crazy,
All right,
bro.
man.
Like, it's the fact that it's like the fact that this is like debatable. Like the guy we draft 21 who may or may not be in his 20s, and Carlo, who we drafted in the second round, are they better than a journeyman big who's like kind of got a toe in the league? It's like, bro, what the fuck is happening here? Like, and Daniel Tice, who's a regular on a regular extra on Sons of Anarchy. Like, do we like? Is this like a real thing? Like, this shit is crazy, man. Look, I don't care who you trade at this point. Like, you gotta get. You know what I do? I'm not gonna say that, man. Get Brandon off the team. Stop playing, man. Like, let's stop playing, man. Just take whatever deal you can get. You need a serviceable big. And he ain't even gotta be good. He gotta be serviceable at this point. Like that list. Justin, can you put that list up, please? Again?
Where's the list? Yeah.
Yeah, here I can
That shit is daunting.
I can pull it up.
Oh, God.
Jeez, man. Look at him. Looks like a fucking 5-year-old. Toys R Us. I mean, Jesus Christ.
That's the most unbelievable.
Bro, this is crazy, man. But, no, like, bro. Yeah, Smokey. Oh,
Shout out
man.
to Smokey, man.
Smokey, man.
And the miracles, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was so out of pocket for that.
It's a
Look
list.
at the list, son.
It's a list.
Yeah, it's kind of
This
rough.
is
Look though, if they got to see the daunting Trey Jemison, I guarantee they're shaking in their boots.
Yep.
So
Oh,
as soon as
yeah.
they see TJ,
All right.
But what are the options?
Hate.
What like
We gotta get to the next segment.
what can they do? Because I truly I said no. I said this in the chat earlier. I think this is gonna blow up in their. I really think this is gonna blow. I think this is a bad thing. I caught it. Nah, I caught that. Nah, oh man, this is the, you can't. Y'all can't. I caught that. Nah,
In the show. This is
nah. I never finished the statement. See, y'all don't get people.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you. For the
I think this is going to lead to a really, really bad outcome. I truly do.
All right.
I think.
Thank you, Carl.
I think it's appreciate you, Carl.
appreciate you, bro.
Speaking of, what was the dude Carl that played some center?
Carl Landry.
Oh, I thought that was him first. I was like, damn, that's Carl Landry. That's Carl Landry.
Yeah.
Carl Landry back.
Carl Landry. I like Carl Landry.
No, Andrew's all right.
Shout out,
King.
Carl.
All right.
Thank you, Carl.
We ate tweet of the week, and then we'll get to fan questions. Tweet of the week is now I have to ask, what's y'all's Mount Rushmore of white songs?
oh
Man.
I like
Shout out to you, Jordan Michael. So Leo, we'll go with you. Presented
What
by
is
Standard Mortgage. Leo, go with you first.
Wait, pull that back up. Justin, what's his name?
At Jordan Michael.
What's the name above that?
Nah. All right, here we go.
said, nah.
Nah. Leo, what you
It's a
got?
tough list, dog. It's a lot. It's a lot of white greatness out there. I give off the top, right? I'm gonna say Train Drops of Jupiter.
Wow. Wasn't
I'm
you
fucking-
there?
I'm
Okay.
here.
I'm actually
I'm
impressed.
I'm
Wow.
here.
It's a really
What
good
you mean?
song.
I'm here.
Train Drops by Jupiter. That's a good song.
Mm.
Okay, that's
I'm
one.
here. Give me a minute. I'll look at my phone.
Oh, Chris, what you got? You got anything?
Man, what's that one Bon Jovi song?
Living on a Prayer?
That
Whoa.
No,
That
that is
one.
good. That's good. That is a super white song.
that one. That's a top tier white song.
Yeah.
You say that right now, it'd be white people that's not even here. They just walk into the
Yeah.
room like
No,
Yeah.
I
I go.
he makes a good point.
Yeah, I go Mr. Brightside.
who's that by?
Killers.
I don't know. I think y'all are getting too creative. I just go. I go with like
Really?
I go with like "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. Just
Wow,
like
there was someone just said that. There was
they?
Co actually just said it. Don't stop believing.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Now go ahead.
no. Go ahead, Chaz.
Oh no, I say the four that it came to my head initially was gotta say Ice Ice Baby.
Yep.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice. Yeah,
Gotta say Stand by Eminem.
yeah.
Mhm.
Gotta say What You Want to Do for Love.
Damn, that's a good one. That's
Rest
a
in
good
peace,
one.
Bob.
But nah, Chance, he don't count though.
anything Phil Collins. Anything Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah, In the Air Tonight. But Michael McDonald, I mean, you see, that's where the line. That's where the line gets a little blurred because you could say like
Where's
Bee Gees got a bunch of dope songs.
Ooh.
You got
Nah,
Midnight Rider.
Ooh.
spent a lot of time.
Creed.
BG spent a
I
lot
was
of
gonna
time
say
in
Sweet
Miami,
Caroline
yeah.
with Neil Diamond.
No,
like
BG spent a lot of time in like I would Yeah, nah. BGs might have a little more culture than we give them credit for. They spend a lot of time.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
Then you got Johnny Cash. Like you got a lot
Hey,
of
Johnny
great.
Cash.
Hey,
See, I
artists.
throw old country out.
Can I-
To me, they don't count because like very few, like that was just a white, like that was only white.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Hey,
Like there was no black people.
Lito
listening to
really
Conway
wants to say
Twitty.
something.
Hey,
Lito
hey, yo,
really wants to say
I gotta
something.
get nah. Fleetwood Mac.
Oh
Dreams.
yeah,
Like, nah, you got a dreams.
See, I don't.
So, Hall and Notes.
I thought about. Yeah.
See, I don't. I think those. I think Hall and Oates was like too cool. Like I think they appealed to more than just a white crowd.
Let me see. Hold on.
I was thinking NSYNC, but
Nah.
Nah,
No.
that's too kid.
Yo,
too kid.
Hey, fuck that. You remind me of my Nickelback. That shit cold.
What?
That shit cold.
Look, I like Nickelback.
Oh, yo.
Nickelback is underrated, by the way.
you can say like the whole fucking.
I'm okay with admitting that.
Look at songs by Jane, the songs for Jane. You can say that whole album by Maroon 5.
That's a good one,
White people
Chaz.
don't fuck with Nickelback?
Yeah, like they got some good.
Oh, yeah, Maroon 5 cold.
Maroon 5 is.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Maroon 5 is.
Headstrong.
Yeah, just
Who's
to be-
from Headstrong?
Oh shit! What the fuck?
What you
That
said?
was the fucking Madden like song back in the day.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
said?
Like don't like
It
don't
was
let
trash.
don't let like a
Oh,
very
no.
commercialized
I
song
understand
sneak
what
up
y'all
on you
Put
either.
it
Like
into the-
Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama. Yeah,
Sweet Home Alabama is
Alabama.
like your standard white guy song.
Sweet
Hey.
Home Alabama is your standard one.
I'm gonna put you on a song. I'm
Nah.
gonna put you on a song that's incredible. It's what I'm looking for, and I actually got this on this from a Sears commercial. I'm like, what the fuck is this song? But it's what I'm looking for. I forgot the name of the guy, and Nevermind, which was the theme song to the worst season of True Detective, which was season 2.
Yeah,
the guy who sung Nevermind on that song, that shit was cool.
That shit is cold. What's your boy name? The dude who sang the West Virginia song.
Take me home,
That shit.
country roads. Bum, ba, ba.
That shit.
You
Yeah.
talking about John? You talking about the homie John Denver?
Okay.
Rest in
John
peace.
Denver.
Yeah,
John
really.
Denver.
You know the worst songs.
Beatles has to be there. What?
Nah.
What?
Before we move on, one of the worst songs though, because I try to follow politics. One of the worst fucking songs is
What that
"I'm
is?
proud to be an American." Well, at least I
no.
know I'm free. That song is so terrible, dog.
Rip in America is trash.
It's
dog.
god awful.
That song is terrible. I'm like,
That's
pick
what
another
happened.
song.
That shit trash, dog. The National Anthem.
That song is terrible.
You might want to move ahead. It's going
Yeah, here we go. Let's get the fan questions.
I just hate the song.
The national.
American Pie.
The national.
Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey yo. Hey.
American Pie is fire.
Smells like Teen Spirit. Smells like Teen Spirit.
Huh?
Smells like Teen Spirit.
That's a good one.
Oh yeah, Smell Like Teen Spirit. Of course,
Wait.
yeah.
Yeah, see, Carl.
How you just denied the
Carl's
Beatles
on game.
obnoxious.
Nah, look, check
Oh, yeah,
Carl.
How
American
you just
Pie is
denied
fire.
the Beatles is crazy.
I mean, like the Abbey Road shit is
I
cool.
never heard that one.
I don't think they got a lot of heat like that.
That's this right here. That's Carl knows.
Check
Shout
that
out.
out. I'm gonna check that
Alright,
out.
Carl.
Carl's
That shit
having a good
tight.
show.
all right. We gotta get to fan
Hey,
questions.
Carl's having a good show. We got Carl.
So next question.
I'm about to tell you because we'll just keep being agreed. I'm telling you.
What's happening here?
We keep,
Fan questions. If you have any questions for the panel, to ask, presented by John Deere and Sunshine, your hometown. John Deere, nothing runs like a deer.
Okay.
Hey, you want to talk about white people?
Is crazy.
It runs. Wow, we can't get to the next question.
Chris, 4 blocks and 1 steal isn't all that bad. Yves Missi.
I'm telling you, man. I'm not. Listen, I'm not as downtrodden as excuse me. I mean, I don't want to say negative, you know what I'm saying, but I think there's something there with Missy, man. I don't think it should be this year, but I see the vision. He's just not ready as a he is what you would 100% define as a raw talent, and he should not see any NBA basketball this season. It's malpractice, and it's only going to further damage him as a product. But you know, he's just not ready.
Damn.
You just hang on.
That's
Hold
funny.
on. Hold on.
Started
You
with
started
downtrodden.
that
Crazy.
and I thought it was going to be positive, and then you said if he plays it all this year, it would be malpractice.
No.
I
But that's
understand.
not. Yeah, that's not on him. He's not ready.
I understand.
He's not
Right.
ready. He's
I
end of a first round draft pick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fine. But I think he'll be okay.
All right.
Lito, I think we keep Missy on the roster and let Carlo go to Birmingham.
I mean, sometimes like you cut your finger off, and like now you don't have a finger.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
Like I don't think it's
When do you have to do that?
huh.
When you have to cut your
when you
finger
don't
off?
have a sin on the roster, like you got to try to figure out. You know what I'm saying?
You cut your finger off.
You cut your finger off, and that's what it is. You cutting off your nose to spite your face. It don't
There
really
we go.
matter.
Shout out Central City. Shout out Crestline, Eastlake,
Yeah.
Inslee, 5 Points South, all beautiful neighborhoods in Birmingham.
Why do you know this?
Ross,
Definitely just looked it up.
You Googling Birmingham neighborhoods?
I want Carlo to really be comfortable in Birmingham.
That's part of the week over there.
Yeah.
Working.
Ross, when will Trey Murphy get extended?
That's
Excuse me.
wow.
Pardon.
Wow. We some family
No.
men.
My wife was watching this show earlier.
We about this paper.
No.
I want to thank the Lord. I want to thank Coach Harbaugh. Fucking love you, man. Love the shit out of you, man. This is for you.
Like, how can you literally? You can't
You just pull
bro.
it up and say, Ross, answer that question.
Or you could just add contract.
Yeah,
They
just-
let
just
a
add
man.
contract.
They let a man come on their show and say, "Spread him open." Nothing was said. Nothing was said. You just said nothing.
I'm gonna get us back on track here.
In the stream.
I don't not until I've said this from the jump, not until the Brandon situation is figured out. I don't think Trey Murphy will his contract will be addressed until
We had
God
the show.
damn.
we'll see y'all next Sunday.
So look, appreciate those super chats. We're just gonna see you next. Lito, here we go. You get your Spencer Rattler. Hold on, give me this. Here we go.
Audio Jungle.
Hey, we some family men. We getting this paper, and we don't. Yeah, man. Listen, check this out. If anybody know DC4's address, put it in the chat. We need to get a moving truck together. I'll help pack that shit right up. Get you the fuck out of here. What the names of the towns in Alabama?
In Birmingham,
Yeah.
Eastlake, Central City,
Yeah, you pick you pick
Crestview or something like that.
any one of those. You pick one of those and you pick a town. They don't have a football team there, so you could just like.
Well, yes, they do. They have a AFL, XFL, AFL team. They have the
XFL, AFL, AFL's crazy.
Yeah,
The AFL hasn't been around since like 1972.
Arena Football League.
Oh, that okay.
Arena Football League. Arena Football League.
Go
Who watches
go throw your
Arena
hospital.
football?
Yeah, go throw your hospital
When was the last time the
footballs
Voodoo Bear?
in the AFL.
20 years.
Bring that shit. Bring the AFL back. Per Justin. And resurrect that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do something else. Like, I just don't want to see your face around here anymore. I think that, Rattler he had a solid game. He played well enough. The team stinks.
Man.
In totality.
Yeah, pretty bad.
They stink. And it smells like shit. And I don't think that anything good is happening on airline with either organization. So there's that. I think that I would rather be in a rebuild with Rattler than to sit around here with Derek Carr and pretend like we're gonna do some shit.
Hell yeah.
Cause like shit not getting done. Like shit not getting done. And you about to be 2-5? Or you are 2-5?
No, 2-4, and you have Sean Payton coming in.
Yeah, so it's Thursday. You about to be 2-5.
Damn.
ISO, camera panning on me. ISO. I got to play. If Bo Nix fuck around and give us 40 to 50 points, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna throw my fucking laptop at the Superdome. I don't give a fuck. I will, bro. I'm telling you, lose the game because I want Dennis to be fired. But if you bitches make Bo Nix look good, it's over. Because we some family men and we trying to get this paper. We out.
Let's hear from DraftKings.
TD, Tutty, taking it to the house, whatever you call a touchdown. They matter more at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Ready to place your first NFL bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score a touchdown. Ready to do a touchdown dance of your own? To do so, you have to score big with DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 place to bet touchdowns. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code BOOT. That's code BOOT, BOOT, for new customers to get $250 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 and get 1 month of NFL Plus Premium only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Shout out Carl Langley. Had a big show today. We're going to send you some gear, Carl.
Yeah, fan of the week, Carl. DM us, bro. DM us. We got to see your shirt.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. Hit the smash. Smash the like button.
Hit the smash is crazy.
Tuesday night. Who the Pels play? I don't know.
Houston?
Yes.
Rockets.
Rockets. See y'all then. Later.
Yeah.